Hey sis, welcome back. I'm so excited today about this video because I'm going to be sharing with you the 6 things I am so happy that I did before I got married. Before we get started, I wanted to be absolutely sure that you knew about my new institute that I just opened called Worthy of the Wait. Worthy of the Wait Institute is a power-packed training program for women who are ready to reframe their relationship mindset and become a feminine, confident, faith-filled woman who can attract any man she desires. This program will absolutely set you apart when it comes to the dating scene, and it will help you build your faith on what is to come. So if you're desiring to be married, if you believe marriage is on the horizon, I want you to be a part of this program. So a few things that we're going to be discussing in this program is how to navigate this single season from a place of confidence and faith, how to keep yourself out of the friend zone, how to invest in your friendships, how to invest in your finances before getting married, how to prepare to be found, how to really just exude confidence and own this season. I also share things on how to deal with your sex drive, because let's be real, your sex drive doesn't show up when you get married. As a single, your sex drive is alive and popping. So I definitely want you to check out the Worthy of the Wait Institute. It's only open for enrollment for 5 days. And I know you may be watching this and saying, well, Ashley, this sounds amazing, but I watched this after the enrollment period and doors are closed. You're right, and that's totally fine, but still head over to worthyofthewait.com because you can add your name to the wait list and you'll be the first to know when I reopen the program. So sis, if this is something that you're interested in, you can find out all the details. There's resources and videos and content and professionals that are pouring into you in this season for you to prepare for an epic relationship, and I'm so excited for you to get started. So today we are going to be discussing 6 things I'm so glad I did prior to getting married. Now, number one, one of the number one, and these are not in order of any sort, but one of the number one things that I'm so happy that I did was go on mission trips. When I was single, I was blessed to be able to go to the Dominican Republic and also go to Haiti, where I went with my church. We built houses, we volunteered at different orphanages, and we also helped people who had medical illnesses and issues and just really serve and give back. And that is something that I'm so happy that I was able to do. And a lot of the things that I'm going to be mentioning today are things that aren't as easy for me to do now. So of course I can go on mission trips, but now that I'm a new mom, it's not very feasible for me just to go overseas and spend 10 days somewhere. That's something that I'm looking forward to doing in the near future, but that is absolutely one of the things I'm happy I did before I got married. Number 2, higher education. So while I was single, I took advantage of higher education. I got my degree in business, and then I went on to get my master's degree in business as well. I have an executive MBA, and that's something that I'm really proud about. I enjoyed my time in school, and also I'm happy that it's over with. Like, let's be honest, now that I'm a wife and a mother, I just don't have that recreational time as I did as a single to go to school, and nor do I want to. So I'm super happy that I took advantage of knocking out my education and my schoolwork while I was single. Number 3, I am glad that I took advantage of doing internships and fellowships outside of my home state. So on 2 different occasions, I packed up everything and moved to Washington, D.C. because I was really into politics at the time. So I was working on Capitol Hill, and I was able to experience that lifestyle, and it was one of the best experiences of my life. I interned with the Congressional Black Caucus Foundation, and I also interned for the Running Start organization, where they literally paid for everything from my apartment to me being there. It was a blessing, and I made so many friends and amazing connections while I was there. So I'm super grateful that I took advantage of that time by doing that. Number 4, This may catch you guys off guard, but one thing that I'm glad that I did was get my heart broke. I know that sounds crazy, but literally before I got married, I went through a really hard breakup, but that breakup is what led me to my relationship with Christ, which led me to living my life by faith. And if I wouldn't have went through that breakup, I wouldn't have moved to Dallas, and I wouldn't have met my current husband, and I wouldn't have experienced this deep, intimate relationship that I have with Christ. So although it was a very hard time for me at that point in my life, I'm so glad I was able to experience that because it literally changed my life for the better. Number 5, while I was single, I'm glad that I was a part of different organizations. One organization in particular was a women's organization in Dallas called Women of Purpose. I absolutely loved being a part of Women of Purpose. It was like a girls' night once a month on a Friday night where like-minded girls would come together, fellowship, eat, catch up, and have fun. And I think it's super important to develop a community of like-minded friends while you are single. So that is one of the things I'm so grateful for. And a lot of the women that I connected with while I was a part of the organization were still friends to this day. So I'm so glad that I was a part of that. And the last and final thing that I'm going to share with you guys is that I am glad that I quit a job that I hated. So I was working for this company that literally was incredibly stressful, and I just did not want that to be my career path. And one of the things that I did was step out on faith and quit the job without having a job lined up. And because I made that act of faith, God has literally blown my mind when it comes to my career. It took me like 6 months to quit the job because I was so fearful. I was so scared. I was so dependent on that security of the job that I just wasn't willing to move. And I just went back and forth with God about quitting. But when I finally mustered up the courage to quit, it's been such an amazing blessing to my life. And that's one of the things that I am most grateful that I did, because it literally aligns me with my purpose, getting out of a position that I was meant to be in, but I just wasn't meant to be there forever. So these are the tips that I wanted to share with you guys. I hope you guys got something from it. Comment below if any of you are watching and are married, and let me know something that you're grateful that you did before you got married. And once again, you guys, the Worthy of the Wait Institute is officially open. Enrollment is only open for 5 days. So make sure you head over to worthyofthewait.com to get all the information, and I'll see you in my next video.